The Atlanta Falcons are waking up to something they haven't seen in years: real, unshakable hope. And it didn't arrive with a blockbuster trade or a flashy free agent signing. No, this season's gift comes in the form of Kyle Pitts, a player who has carried the weight of sky-high expectations since his rookie year but has often struggled under it. For years, Falcons fans have waited, frustrated, wondering if Pitts could ever live up to the promise, the hype, the potential that seemed just out of reach. But now, everything feels different. The Kyle Pitts stepping onto the field isn't the inconsistent, injury-plagued talent of the past. He's a force, sharp, focused, unstoppable at moments that make your heart skip a beat. He's finally emerging as the star Atlanta always believed he could be, and it feels like this could be the spark that reignites the entire franchise. Think about it: in the first few games of this season, Pitts has played like a man on a mission. Other teams are taking notice, whispering about trade possibilities, not because Atlanta is desperate to move him, but because they see a game-changer, a piece that could tilt the balance in a big way. That's how you know a player isn't just performing, he's impacting the league. And yes, we've seen flashes before October 2023, occasional bursts last season, but this time, it's different. There's a confidence in his stride, a precision in his route running, and a connection with his quarterback that feels built to last. For Falcons fans, for a team hungry to prove itself, Kyle Pitts isn't just a player. He might just be the turning point. For the first time in years, Kyle Pitts looks like a player who is no longer trapped by doubt. His routes have sharpened, his effort is undeniable, and most importantly, his chemistry with rookie quarterback Michael Penix Jr. feels electric. It's the kind of connection that could change the trajectory of an entire season. For so long, critics labeled Pitts as a tweener, too much of a hybrid, never a true tight end, stuck in the space between roles. Some wondered if he'd ever have the grit to line up in the trenches and battle as an inline tight end. But through the opening weeks of this season, that question is fading fast. Pitts isn't just surviving in the role, he's thriving in it. Atlanta is using him differently, smarter. Instead of isolating him as a glorified wide receiver, he's now moving between alignments, inline, slot, wide, forcing defenses to guess and hesitate. That unpredictability is deadly. And it's not just about catching passes anymore. Pitts is embracing the unglamorous side of the position. He's chipping defensive ends to help his line. He's throwing urgent, physical blocks in the run game. He's selling fakes so convincingly that defenses bite, leaving him wide open in the flat, like we saw on that beautiful touchdown against Washington. That wasn't just a clever design, it was Pitts embracing the dirty work, something nobody thought he would ever fully commit to. But here's the biggest change: aggression. For the first time in his career, Kyle Pitts is playing with real, relentless ferocity. Against Tampa Bay, he sent a defender crashing into the dirt with a stiff arm that turned a routine short gain into a highlight. Against Minnesota, his release at the line was so sharp, so violent, that it created the separation needed for a clutch catch in traffic. And against Washington, with the game on the line, he muscled through contact on a 22-yard third down grab that sealed the win. Those are winning plays, plays of a man who refuses to be denied. And maybe the most encouraging sign? Not a single drop. For a player once questioned for his reliability, Pitts is now hauling in everything thrown his way. After years of wondering if he was a mystery, a puzzle Atlanta could never solve, Kyle Pitts is finally looking like the true difference-maker this team always envisioned. Why does this sudden surge from Kyle Pitts matter so much? Because the Falcons have been hanging on by threads when it comes to their receiving core. Injuries have been constant, frustration has been high, and stability has been almost non-existent. Darnell Mooney has been battling one setback after another, first his shoulder, then his hamstring. Drake London, the player many hoped would become the unquestioned WR1, has flashed moments but hasn't been consistently elite. Between nagging injuries and streaky performances, Atlanta's passing attack has felt incomplete. That's where Kyle Pitts has stepped in. Right now, he's not just another option, he's the anchor. He's becoming the player Michael Penix Jr. trusts when everything else is breaking down. And that connection isn't just about football chemistry, it's personal. Penix and Pitts spend time together off the field, golfing, bonding, and you can feel the trust showing up in high-pressure moments on Sundays. For the first time in a long time, Pitts looks fully engaged. His body language is different. His effort is visible. He's no longer drifting through games, waiting for opportunities. He's demanding the football, fighting for every yard, and giving this offense a steady heartbeat when chaos surrounds it. This matters because it changes the Falcons' ceiling. With Pitts playing at this level, Atlanta's offense goes from good to dangerous, from predictable to explosive. Suddenly, defenses can't just key in on London or sit back on the run game. They have to account for a 6 feet 6 inches tight end who is moving like a wideout but battling like a lineman. That kind of weapon bends coverages, opens lanes, and elevates everyone around him. And now comes the burning question: is this the Kyle Pitts Atlanta has been waiting for since 2021? The one who was supposed to redefine the tight end position? Or is this just another hot streak, destined to fade like the flashes of years past? Falcons fans, that's the mystery hanging over this season. But if Pitt stays locked in, if this isn't a temporary spark but the beginning of a fire, then we may be watching the rebirth of one of the most gifted players in the NFL and the rise of an Atlanta offense capable of greatness. But here's the real dilemma: is this resurgence from Kyle Pitts permanent, or is it just a flash of brilliance before reality pulls him back down? The truth is, the NFL is filled with players who burn bright for a moment before fading away. Is Pitts different? Has he finally turned the corner? Or is this the version of him we only see when a contract year is looming and the stakes are highest? That's the uneasy question hanging in the air for Falcons fans. Because if this isn't just a hot streak, if this is the new normal for Kyle Pitts, then Atlanta's entire future looks different. An engaged, consistent Pitts paired with a hungry rookie quarterback could be the foundation of an offense that grows together, matures together, and terrifies defenses for years. But if it's temporary? If he fades back into inconsistency, injuries, or half-effort, then Atlanta risks being right back where they've been searching for answers, wasting prime opportunities, and watching one of their most gifted players become a riddle without a solution. This is the crossroads. Pitts is writing his story right now, with every route, every block, every contested catch. And for the Falcons, the outcome could determine not just the season, but the direction of the franchise.